I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Pretty day here. Back in Tucson. Hot. Forget about it. It is so hot here. It's ridiculous, man. Kind of forgot. Everything's dry. Immediately after getting off the plane, I'm dying of thirst. If you're new to the channel, about 9 months ago or so, I had a dehydration. Terrible close call with dehydration. You know, when you were dehydrated, apparently you get to a point where even though your body needs water, you're not thirsty. Even if they offer to you, like, I don't want it. It's terrifying. And I was there and didn't realize it. And this video of the day after, I think. Man, I'll tell you what, I went to the hospital. My brother saved my life, for real. I owe him. Here's what I need everybody to do if you can. Our brother Bullcow, Uncle Bullcow, is in the hospital. He's a good dude. He's got some issues going on. If you could keep him in your prayers or good thoughts, good wishes, good vibrations, whatever you do, put a 1 in the chat. That means you're. Here's what it means. If you ever see a 1 in the chat, just a 1, it means someone's. It's like, it's you know what it is? It's virtual love. Electronic love. If someone is in a jam, you're showing them some love. So keep both Bullcow in our thoughts and prayers today. So I'm going to eat a pepper today from Tom Udovich. It is a chocolate apocalypse scorpion. And pretty? Forget about it. Look at this. Look at that pepper. Isn't it beautiful? Let's try Robbie Robovision. Boom. Look at that. Kind of neat, isn't it? What a beautiful pepper, huh? Beautiful color, beautiful shape. And hot? Forget about it. It should be anyway. Using the old neck knife from my girl. A lot of people ask for that. I've only used a handful of knives ever over the entire time. All right, so let's take a look at what the inside of this thing looks like. Wow, look at that. That is a gnarly looking pepper. I'm going to take a picture of this. Let's see here. Bullcow was having the exact same issue when I was with him in Pennsylvania a few months ago. Scared the pants off everybody. So please keep him in your thoughts, man. All right, so smells strong. Look at the interior of that. How cool is that, huh? How pretty. Very symmetrical. It's kind of, you know what? It almost has, look at the wall lining of the outside. It almost has an RB003 thickness. I don't know why that comes to mind. But very oily. Whew. Smells hot. All right, so I'm gonna eat this pepper. I'll be making a video later on in the day with my brother Tommy and Spanx, my nephew. So I'll be looking for that. I think we're gonna do some tincture from Dale. But thank you, Tom, for this pepper. Thank you, Brock Bandy. Chocolate Apocalypse Scorpion. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Smoky. Wicked hot. Here's what that pepper, that was really weird. It was very smoky at first. On the front side, initially, it was a caramel flavor, like actual caramel. Not the color of a pie, but the caramel. Not strong, but in the background. Very earthy. And then at the end, it was bitter at the beginning, all the way through. Towards the end, we picked up some floral notes. But it has a nutty finish, almost like coffee. Nutty coffee. Interesting finish. You know what? I'll tell you the truth. Having your tolerance raised is an important thing just because it's so much more fun to eat peppers if it's not killing you. Listen, I'm not... Tolerances go up and down. People see me and they watch me eat peppers and they think I've always been like this. I haven't. I wasn't born with this. I was born with... there were some things I was born with. Like I'm sort of a masochist. I was born with that, I think. But it's a tolerance that you build, you know what I mean? But where you're tolerant, here's the thing: if your tolerance is small, your window of opportunity to taste things is directly tied into your tolerance. Period. You know what I mean? So I've talked about this 1,000 times. If your tolerance is low, and it's no big deal, but if you're new to it and your tolerance is really low, and you eat a pepper past your tolerance, you have a very small window to enjoy, describe, to know, to experience the flavors of that pepper. Because very, very quickly, if your tolerance is really low and the pepper's up here, really quickly, as soon as it gets to here, your ability to taste is gone because it's replaced with pain. Our brains are really fast and they're really good at what they do, but they can't do two things at once. I used to think we could. I used to think I could do that. I have ADHD. And I used to tell people, I do a lot of things at once. I know I don't. I thought I did, but I don't. Your brain will do this one thing at once, at one time. That's the way we're wired. So if you're when you first put the pepper in your mouth, you're not in pain. So your brain's going, wow, that fruity and floral, wow. And then just like that, you're in pain. And then the taste goes, whoosh. Your brain doesn't have the ability to put your flavor on pause while you kind of tolerate the heat. And then as the heat starts to drop, to kind of put it away and put it on pause and go back to the flavor. It doesn't work like that. So, and the sad part about that is peppers taste so amazing. I've had people come up to me. There's some comments here. I got Tom Broom calling me. I'm going to have to call him back. I've had people come up to me at shows and leave comments or emails that say, man, you're full of it. That pepper doesn't taste like you said it tastes. Now, first of all, peppers change all the time. If you put two pods from the same plant, they can change. What in the world? Tom is really trying to get a hold of me. So I'm going to get a hold of him in just a minute. There's so many neat flavors that we miss. I sometimes think that sweetness in super hots is only experienced if your tolerance is super high. And part of the reason I feel that way is that when my tolerance is really, really high, I seem to get a higher percent, more often I get pods that seem to have a sweetness to them. So I often wonder if my tolerance is low, I'm not able to taste those things. But the higher your tolerance is, the bigger your window is to describe that. Like I'm not in pain at all right now. I'm at maybe a 1 or 2 at best. So I was able to taste it was really smoky up front. It was really cool. And it had a caramel flavor. That was a really interesting pepper. But I guarantee you, if I ate that pepper 8 years ago, or if the same type of pepper 8 years ago, I wouldn't have tasted all those things. So if you want to experience more flavors, and here, it's not just in peppers either, it's sauces. I've had 1,000 people that have said, man, the sauce doesn't taste the same. As your tolerance gets higher, especially if you're brand new at it, your tolerance is really low. As your tolerance gets higher, you're going to experience so much more stuff that you're familiar with, like old favorites. You taste them again, you're like, wow. You'll taste more. So if you want to taste more in peppers, raise your tolerance. I wonder if I should tell you. I'm going to. Listen to this. We're starting a new series, and we are going to start it possibly today. If we don't start today, we'll probably start tomorrow. It's going to be for absolute brand new chili heads who've never really eaten peppers before. How about that? It's going to be a 5-part series about the jalapeno. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a jalapeno, and I'm going to make 5 videos absolutely geared towards somebody who's never eaten a pepper before. And we're gonna write some notes down each day to chart what we're tasting and what we're feeling. And we're gonna chart by the 5th day, you're gonna be blown away by the results. So look to see that, we're gonna say tomorrow. It may happen today, but probably tomorrow. And that's gonna be, so if you go shopping today or tomorrow, you might wanna get some jalapenos. We have a really cool series coming up that's going to be really, really cool for the brand new chili. And the funny thing is, even if you're a chili it'll be still a fun thing to do. So I'm going to stop it now. Please keep Bull Cow in your prayers, all right? The guy's going through a lot. Tell someone you love them. Be kind. There's too much darkness in the world, so be a light. In the description box, you're going to see a link for all the normal stuff. Right here, you're going to see my son, Johnny Scoville Jr., and the Lifeboat. I'm going to be on the Lifeboat probably this afternoon with Tommy and Spanx, so look for that. And over here up on top, you're going to see some other cool stuff to check out. If you've never checked out the playlist, there's over 6,100 videos in the playlist, fairly well organized. So it's a way to make sure, it gives you the ability to watch only the kind of videos or certain types that you're looking for, which is kind of cool. It saves you searching and searching. Anyway, I love you guys. My name is Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.